Good morning and welcome to your Doom Report for January 11th, 2026. It's Sunday. Anti-ICE protests spread nationwide after Minnesota shooting. Dozen arrested and one police officer injured in Minneapolis ICE protests. Iran warns U.S. troops and Israel will be targets if the Americans strike over protest as death toll rises. Iran protesters defy crackdown amid ongoing internet blackouts. Minnesota congressional representatives were forced out of the Whipple Federal Building by protesters. Oregonians hold candlelight vigil and multiple protests after Border Patrol shooting of two Trinidad individuals. This is just insane. U.S. military strikes Islamic State group targets in Syria. Ex-husband arrested in connection with a double murder of the Ohio dentist and his wife. We've been talking about this for about a week. They finally took somebody in custody. Judge has said Trump administration can't block child care and other program money for 5 states. Slow-moving prisoner release in Venezuela enters third day as government announces goodwill efforts. Friday night, 6 killed in the Mississippi shooting rampage. Trump seeks to stop courts and creditors from seizing Venezuela oil revenue. The State Department has warned any U.S. citizens in Venezuela to leave immediately. Protesters in Iran are chanting Reza Pahlavi's name, the exiled crown prince. Multiple small avalanches released in Juneau after city issues evacuation advisory. The UN chief says that the U.S. has legal obligation to fund agencies after Trump's withdrawal order. The House of Representatives easily passed spending bill package as lawmakers work to avoid another shutdown. 100 skulls and mummified body parts found in Pennsylvania grave robbery case. Congress is debating possible consequences for ICE and Kristi Noem after Renee Good's unaliving. Secretary Bessent announces innovations to combat rampant fraud in Minnesota. A rioter convicted of carrying Pelosi's podium seeks to county office in the state of Florida. Ukrainian drones set fire to Russian oil depot after Moscow launches new hypersonic missile. China's fentanyl crackdown led to a stunning drop in the U.S. overdoses. California is completely drought-free for the first time in 25 years. A suspect has been arrested in the pre-dawn fire that left parts of Mississippi's largest synagogue in charred ruins. Protesters and ICE have clashed at Albuquerque's DHS facility. A vehicle drove through anti-ICE demonstrations in Hartford. ICE has arrested dozens of criminal illegal aliens convicted of murder, doing bad things with children, and more in sanctuary state of Minnesota. But ICE is the bad guys, right? Vivek Ramaswamy's family bodyguard arrested on drug trafficking charges. Nordics have rejected Trump's claim that Chinese and Russian ships are around Greenland. Greenland's party's leaders firmly reject Trump's push to acquire island. Police say they found human remains in and around the Australian brush fire. North Korea claims it shot down a South Korean drone. Filipino rescuers detect signs of life in garbage avalanche that killed 4 and left dozens missing. Garbage avalanche was not on my bingo card. Protesters climbed onto the balcony of the Iranian embassy in London. World's richest 1% have already used their fair share of carbon emissions for 2026. Rules for thee, but not for me. Germany braces for more heavy snowfall as Storm Goretti hits northern Europe. A former Canadian military commander says the U.S. takeover of Greenland could shatter NATO. Trump is pushing for a 1-year 10% cap on all credit card interest rates. The first set of Lego's new smart bricks are now available for pre-order. I still don't know why we need smart Legos. Measles continue raging in South Carolina as 99 new cases have been detected since Tuesday. Now, this is something that actually might be a little bit concerning. This is an RC-135U combat scent. Now, we only have 2 of these. And what they do is they are a high-tech reconnaissance plane that reports directly to the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the President. And the fact that it is in, I didn't even know it was in Guam. I usually keep a pretty good track of these 2 planes, but left Guam, headed towards China, and immediately after this turned off its transponder, so I couldn't track it anymore. So, when these things are in the air, that's enough to raise an eyebrow, and when they're outside of the country, that's even more concerning. So, and here we got a C-5 Galaxy leaving South Korea, so we must have dropped off a large load of supplies to them. And that is your Doom Report for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. Listen, guys, this is a great time to live in a small town. But if you don't, you're in a big city and they're having protests and that, just stay away from them. Keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you're paying attention because you just never know what's going to pop off next. Have a great Sunday, everybody. We will see you on the next one. Don't forget to tune into the 0 Hour podcast tonight. We will be on Half Ready's channel. So we will see you all then.